Fusion GPS co-founder Glenn Simpson now agreeing to testify before the House Intel Committee on his involvement in that anti-Trump dossier of last year. This is we learn more about how it played in the campaign. Op-ed, Wall Street Journal, Kimberly Strassel lifting the steel curtain. Strassel writes the Fusion GPS dossier was one of the dirtier tricks that politics in America has ever seen. Rachel Campos-Duffy on the right, syndicated radio host Leslie Marshall on the left, and both are Fox News contributors from New York to California to Wisconsin. Ladies, good Friday and good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Do we think this dossier, Rachel, in the end was used as a political weapon?
Absolutely. First of all, good on Kimberly Strassel. She is an intrepid reporter who has doggedly kept on this story, and now she's exposing another lie. Hillary Clinton went on television the other day and said that this dossier that she paid for had no effect on the election and was not used. One, it was used before the election. There were stories about it. It was being shopped around to the media and to the FBI. But I think the real story here, the big story here, is that Russian operatives through GPS, Fusion GPS, funneled lies about Donald Trump that are now being used by the FBI as the reason for their investigation. So this is really the Russians influencing American politics, America's democracy, and all of a sudden the liberals who were so worried about all this Russian intrusion in our politics have nothing to say. Where is their outrage at both the lies that the Clinton campaign has told and also about an investigation based on a false
let me get to
dossier.
LA. Let me get to Leslie on this. Was it a political weapon, Leslie?
Well, if it was a political weapon, it actually backfired in a sense because, Bill, the only areas of the dossier that have been substantiated right now are that, one, Russia interfered in our election, two, that the DNC in the Clinton campaign, not the Trump campaign, were hacked, and three, that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks were provided with that information that hurt Hillary Clinton and that the Russians took out bot account after bot account with Twitter and Facebook that not only hurt Hillary Clinton, but also divided the American people, which they were hoping to here in the West in the United States, and to be a part. We know that the Russians impeded our election. These things have been proven true. So quite frankly, if this is all about the Clintons and Russia,
but Leslie's missing the bigger point.
I got to hang on.
Leslie, you're missing.
No, Rachel, I'll give you a moment here.
Wait. This is an important point,
Let me come back to that. I want to share with our viewers part of what the point that Strassel's making. All right, here we go on screen.
Right.
The idea that the federal government and a special counsel were mobilized, that American citizens were monitored and continue to be investigated based on a campaign-funded hit document is extraordinary. Again, that goes back to your point, Rachel, and the facts.
It is an excellent point. The Russians are still influencing American politics because right now we have an administration that is distracted with all these Russia investigations when they should be focused on the American people and the economy and their agenda. Look, the Democrats said before he was even inaugurated that they wanted to impeach him. And so now they're going to do death by 1,000 cuts with investigation after investigation that has, by the way, shown zero a collusion between Trump and the Russians, and is now going off in all these other directions to basically undermine the will of the American people, which was to elect Donald Trump and to put forward his agenda.
I would add two things on this.
The administration's distracted.
What we believe we know so far is that no votes were changed, and we do know the media ran with this story last year. Leslie, go.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, with regard, the FBI cannot get a FISA warrant just on that dossier, nor did they just on that dossier, and the information in that dossier would have had to been substantiated. That's why the FBI considered paying Michael Steele, and then they decided not to. One. Two, we don't have Robert Mueller because of this dossier. The indictments that came down are not because of this dossier to Paul Manafort, and I would go to Vegas betting there will be more indictments. With regard to the timing on this, let's just look historically to Watergate. Or if you want to, even the Clinton impeachment. This takes a long time. So the fact that we don't have everything coming out.
Going there already. I mean, the Manafort matter appears to be a tax issue so far. Quickly, Rachel.
Right, exactly. The purpose of the investigation was to show collusion between Trump and the Russians in the election. It has shown nothing. In fact, even Democrats put under oath had to admit, high level, including Clapper, admitted they have no evidence of it. This not only undermines Trump's agenda, but it also undermines faith in our democracy
They have no
and in our
evidence
FBI.
that votes were changed. And that is a critical point that we must repeat on and again, because that goes right to the fundamental.
But it's affecting his administration now, Bill.
Fundamental principles of the democratic process. Really important stuff to both of you ladies. Come on back. Leslie, thank you. Rachel, thanks to you as well.